Hello, and welcome to FAHCademics Podcast. My name is Rich Tolentino, a UC Davis student, and in this podcast, we aim to provide you with accessible peer mentorship and advice to help you navigate your college journey. Today, I am joined with Brianna Alconcher, a fellow student at UC Davis, and Brianna is here to talk to us about the importance of having mentors in your journey. Hi, Brianna. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Hi, Rich. Thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Awesome. So to start things off, if you could please introduce a little bit more about yourself and tell us what or who is a mentor to you.
Yeah, of course. So, hello, everyone. My name is Brianna Alconcher, but you can call me Bri. I am FAHC's 2020-2021 Publicity Coordinator. I am a second year student at UC Davis, and I am a pre-med student currently. Oh, and to answer your question, what or who is a mentor to me? So to me, just in general, a mentor is someone that I can learn from, someone I can glean information off of. And I kind of have this mindset just in general that there's always something that I can learn from the people around me, like everyone I meet. So in a way, there's a little bit of a mentor in everyone I meet. So I kind of seek guidance from a lot of people.
Yeah, I love that definition. Definitely you can learn something from everyone because everyone goes through different experiences and a lot of us learn different things. And it's really nice to see, what others learn and probably apply that to yourself. Yeah. Now, as a
Exactly.
student, who has been or who have been your biggest mentors in college? And, could you share with us how you met them?
Yeah, of course. So I currently have two people I consider to be my mentors in college. They're also very close friends, but I believe they're also kind of like mentors in my eyes. I met them both through um, plugging our programs, the BSLS programs here in the Phil-Am. So they're both my bigs. So I suppose for some context, for those who wouldn't know what it is, BSLS stands for Big Sib Little Sib, and it's a sort of mentorship program within McGraw Capitide and FAHC. And so people use this program for different kinds of support, social, personal, academic. And for me, my bigs have helped me a lot, kind of in all of those things actually. So
Mhm.
I, they help me with I kind of, one of my mentors is one that I definitely go to for a lot of academic and professional support, and the other one is a lot for social and personal support.
Yeah, no, definitely. I actually got two big sibs from BSLS as well. And so I really recommend everyone, to apply, again, plugging our program. Um, but
Yes.
yeah, they've been a source of inspiration for me. And, I think having a mentor can really like help guide you and just be a person who you can talk to. And I believe that has been really helpful for you. Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So you mentioned that your big sibs have uh, helped you a lot academically and socially. If you could be more specific, when in your academic journey have these mentors been really helpful in guiding you?
Yeah, so there have been they've helped me a lot, especially freshman year of college. Let's be real, freshman college do be hard.
Yeah.
It is so rough, especially if you don't have older siblings or people you know that have
Mm.
gone through it before to kind of warn you beforehand.
Yeah.
So for me, kind of just diving in head first, I was like, whoa, I have no idea what's going on. And so with my bigs, or I'll refer to them as mentors for this. So with my mentors, they've helped me a lot with figuring out how to balance everything. I think balance has been something I've learned a lot from them.
Mm.
Um, Trying to figure out my way, like navigate if I really want to pursue a profession in health. And then I've also had a lot of firsts in terms of like professional endeavors with my mentors. So they've helped me so much with like applying for internships. I had never made a resume before in my life, and they helped me a lot with that. Interviews and just staying on top of things in college.
Yeah, definitely. I remember my first year, I was also so scared about, doing professional things officially. Um, and yeah, my mentors have been really great. And, just being able to reach out to honestly anyone, like you said, anyone can be a mentor. It's definitely helpful. And, coming into college, we were not really taught those skills of, trying to look for an internship and
Yes.
then writing a resume and cover letter. And it can definitely be really scary, especially in college. We're expected to have a future at the end of this, and it's really daunting. And having those mentors are really great, like you said. They can really help you a lot with those.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Definitely.
Yeah. And now you said, you also mentioned that you were a pre-health student. Specifically about that, because you said that your mentors have helped you in your pre-health journey. How have these mentors influenced the way you made decisions in the past, in terms of like professionally and being a pre-health?
Yeah. So I think they've helped me a lot. The first thing that comes to mind when I think of that is being made aware of how many different professions there are in health. I really came into college very narrow-minded and like, oh, I'm pre-med. This is it. This is what I'm going for. And as I said earlier when I was introducing myself, I'm still pre-med currently, but through through my mentors, I was able to learn that, oh, it's not just like the typical medical school um, path that's available for me in health. So having them there has helped me realize that it's okay to like go off of the path that you thought you were going to have. Um, and they've also taught me that going off of that like path
Mhm.
metaphor, everyone has their own path. So
Yeah.
that's something that I've learned a lot about this past year and even going into this year with my mentors. Um, because something that has kind of troubled me in the past is the
Yeah.
good old imposter syndrome and like
Mhm.
comparing myself.
Mhm.
And so having those mentors there to kind of help uh, talk me down,
Mhm.
that I don't know if that's the right phrase, but
Yeah.
help to talk with me about it and give me some of that like perspective from an upperclassman that hey, it's okay, we've all been there. It's okay to like question what you want to do in health specifically, um, and like your life will be different from the way others have had it. I think that has helped me a lot. So that's
Mhm.
something that they've helped me with in terms of like pre-health.
Yeah, I know a lot of our peers, me being pre-med as well, we often doubt ourselves a lot, whether or not we can do it in the future. But then, like you said, having those mentors can really, help direct you back to your passions and to your motivation of why you did it in the first place and why you're passionate what in the first place about, the path that you're taking. Yeah. So we mentioned a lot about mentors in college. Other than college, do you have other mentors in your life or people in your life who you consider as mentors? And again, if you could share that with us and how they've helped you in moments of your life.
Yeah, so other than mentors in college, um, growing up, I like to think I've had a lot of mentors. They could have come in the form of like a teacher I was really close to, or older family friends who have like already made it through that stage of their life. So I turned to a lot of them, especially in high school, trying to navigate that path
Mhm.
because that was a whole journey on its own too. So I was able to turn to them a lot to help guide me through it and to also help me see like the light at the end of the tunnel, like,
Yeah.
oh, I'll get there one day. And they were really helpful in motivating me to just keep going.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really important to have that support because sometimes we find ourselves at like low moments in our life. I'm sure that you've experienced those too. And having someone who believes in you can really, really help you get back on track and realize your potential. And yeah, again, in college, we're surrounded with people who are so talented. I know you were just mentioning before this podcast that you were part of orchestra, and I could never be that talented.
Oh my gosh. No, don't talk about yours. Oh my gosh. You're you're a piano. You're a piano dude. I know what's up.
Yeah,
You
but
have you've got your talents.
yeah, I think that's really important to understand too. Like, my path is totally different than your path, and I think we have to own it, and we shouldn't devalue our experiences. And I think mentors can really
Yeah.
you know help you realize
Hmm.
that.
Yeah.
Now, yeah, so going back again to you being a pre-health student, how important is it for you and others who are also pre-health students to have mentors? More inclusively, why do you encourage others to have mentors in their journey or in their life?
Yeah. So, kind of brought this up earlier. How having these mentors has helped me hone in on what kind of path I want to take. They've really helped offer me guidance on if this was really something I wanted to do. They've also given me a lot of opportunities outside of just interacting with them to kind of test the waters to see what kind of career I want in health or just in general too. Like I said earlier, applying for internships and doing interviews for things. I never fathomed doing that beforehand, but having mentors can really help with giving you those opportunities to kind of just step out of your comfort zone and see what you want to do. And I recently, I literally just got my first job through one of my mentors. And
Wow,
so
congratulations.
thank you. So that was a whole opportunity handed to me like through my mentors, like just having that connection to people who are a little like further down their own career path, and seeing those kinds of openings for underclassmen and being like, hey, I think this would really benefit you. You should try to apply, or you should try out this experience. Having mentors really helps with that because without without people reaching out to me for me to apply or to try these things out, I honestly don't think I would have gone out of my way on my own.
Yeah, no, I love that you mentioned that. I remember watching a YouTube video, or it was probably a doctor I watched in YouTube. She said that she was also talking about having mentors in your journey and how important that is. But she also said that you should choose mentors who are also sponsors. So these are people who can direct you to resources, just like you said. And I think having those mentors who are also sponsors are really good to opening doors for you of opportunities that you can take and help you succeed. Yeah.
Yes, I completely agree.
Yeah. Now, more on choosing your mentors. How would you advise people to choose the right mentors for them? I know you found yours in BSLS program, and that's a program where someone chooses a mentor for you. But if you were to find a mentor who you want to consider um, to be that guiding person, how would you go about choosing them?
Yeah, so like you said, my two bigs were kind of chosen for me. But
Mhm,
in terms of the other mentors I've had throughout life,
mhm,
something that really helped me choose or be very decisive in my mind, like, oh, this person's a mentor to me,
mhm,
was realizing um, whether or not we had similar values.
yeah.
Um, I feel like this is important to just kind of have similar perspectives on life and things that you're going to turn to them for, like guidance and um, other sorts of information you want to learn from them.
Mhm,
Another thing to consider when choosing a mentor is if you would feel comfortable enough with them, because
oh,
I feel
yeah.
like this is really important because with a mentor, you want to learn from them, and you want to be able to have these opportunities. So feeling comfortable enough with them to be able to ask questions and also ask for feedback as well. I feel like those things are very important when choosing the right mentor.
Yeah, I think what you're touching on here is that it's really important to have a really good relationship with your mentor when you're choosing
Mhm.
them. And if you have that good relationship, you're way more comfortable, as you said, to just be vulnerable and just ask questions. I think that's really important.
Mhm.
Now, well, after people have chosen their mentors, how do you think people should ask others to be their mentors? And now that we are in a pandemic and everything has gone virtual, I know it can be hard to do so, but how can we make that those genuine relationships and connections with potential mentors?
Yeah. So in terms of asking people to be their mentors, it is kind of hard to do so in person, but actually something I liked that I saw on your FAHCademics Instagram was the post about like emailing professors beforehand and just establishing that connection
Mhm.
one on one with just reaching out there and being like, hello, my name is so and so. I'm really interested in your area of study and I'm looking forward to this class with you. I think uh, going about it in that way and asking others to be their mentor, that would really help. Just reaching out and noting like similar values or similarities and what you're passionate about would really help. And honestly, yeah, just going for it, just kind of jumping in head first
Yeah,
and just putting yourself out there. I feel like that's the best way to go about things sometimes.
yeah, that's
And
right.
then for yeah, and then for like keeping the connection,
Mhm.
especially with everything being virtual, it it is kind of difficult, but I feel like with all the technology we have nowadays, it does make things a little easier. Like right now, I'm on a call with you and
Yeah,
we're having a grand old time. Like I feel like any sort of way to have a semblance of that in-person interaction, like being able to see each other's faces
yeah,
on a Zoom call, FaceTime, or just having that consistent communication through like texting or phone calls. I feel like that will help with making those genuine connections.
yeah, I definitely think so. It's really been difficult. And like you said, like the silver lining of all of this is that everything is more accessible. And so you can literally talk to anyone with just a Zoom meeting away. And I think that's we should look into the beauty of that and into the possibilities that it brings to our life. And like choosing mentors, like you said, just be confident and just go at it. Like you said, I think that's really important, because you only get the opportunities that you try out for. And if you
Yes.
see, yeah, if you see a person who you want to look up to, honestly, they'll be glad to have you under their wing. It's kind of like a two-way street where your mentors also learn from their mentees just as much as mentees learning from their mentors. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And now to wrap things up, as a last question, what is I know we talked about a lot about mentors, but what is your advice to people on how to be a good mentee?
Yeah, so I think you actually covered some of this just
Mhm.
now, but it really is a two-way street. Um, as with any relationship is, um, friends or with mentors, yeah, it's a two-way street. And so it's it shouldn't just be you taking, and taking. I feel like there should also be like reciprocation.
Yeah.
So them, them learning things from you as well. In terms of being a good mentee, I I like to think I'm being a good mentee. Of course, asking for asking for feedback on things is always helpful just to know where you're standing. But most importantly, I think it's just good to ask questions. If you're curious about something, if you're interested in what your mentor's doing or what they're passionate about, just ask them about it, because chances are they'll be like really passionate and want to talk to you about these things. And being supportive, I feel like once again the two-way street thing. When they support you, you support them in their endeavors as well. That really helps, and like it's uplifting and it's motivating. But yeah, I think asking questions, being supportive, being consistent in your communication, because it's not a good feeling when when a relationship is like, oh, there it goes, it's
Yeah.
kind of disintegrating away. Yeah, that's never a good feeling. So especially with mentors and mentees, I think having a consistent line of communication, just reaching out every once in a while, like, hi, hope you're doing okay, or oh, thinking of you, I think that would help a lot as well.
Yeah, I know. Well, also like mentors can give you emotional support, like you said, just reaching out to them and like you said, being a good mentee is just about asking questions and utilizing your mentor. I think you really get out of it what you put into it. And so I think
Yeah.
that's one of the biggest takeaways that I got from what you said. And yeah, I think that's all that we have today. There you have it, everyone. Bree, and the importance of having mentors in your journey. Again, thank you so much, Bree, for joining me today and being so useful and so inspirational. And of course, thank you for everyone who's watching and listening to this podcast. I hope that you were able to find this podcast useful. And with that, I'll see you all in our next episode of FAHCademic Podcast. See ya.